Hello everybody, welcome back to Satisfactory 1.1 Experimental. In the last video, we automated Caterium and unlocked this nice little zipline thing, and starting production on Silica and Quartz Crystal, which allowed us to get these nice little blade runners, which are, I can't even emphasize how much of a lifesaver these are. Being able to run faster, jump so much higher, holy. Now, putting all that aside, I actually do have something a little bigger planned for this episode. I want to focus on starting, where is it? Steel production. So let's see, this shouldn't be too hard. We just need some modular frames, rotors, concrete, and wire. We have these three already automated. However, we don't have modular frames yet automated. I know I did set up this small little system over here, but this isn't gonna last us whatsoever. So I was thinking, what if we were to go use these iron nodes over here? Because I know there are a few. Yep, 1, 2, what is that, like 1, 2, 3, 4 right there, another 2 right there, perfect. Before we start on the modular frame production, I do actually want to see if we can't unlock some new items in the awesome shop. In case you forgot, or maybe just didn't watch it, last episode I said that I was going to set up a few of these awesome sinks and sink extra resources we had lying around. Now, I did do that, and it hasn't been running for too long, but we have 16 coupons currently, so let's see. Go ahead and take those. Put down the awesome shop right here, and now, ta-da! Perfect. Okay, let's see. What I do want to get immediately, if I can find it, I don't know where it is. Yes, right here. I want concrete foundations really bad, because concrete foundations are just, in my opinion, they look way, way better than the default foundations. I guess we might as well get the conveyor holes, the wall power, other conveyor mounts, and with the last 5 tickets, I think we're going to get the modern catwalks. Okay. Buy all. There we go. Now, this won't allow us to build the most beautiful factory ever, but it should allow us to add something more than just, you know, basic whatever that was. Now, I don't want to build something massive. I do just want to build something large enough to where we can get, just a few modular frames. This is going to get torn down pretty quickly once we unlock Miners Mark II. Just something, you know, so we can actually start production. And with the connection of this one power line, we should have 180 raw iron per minute. Now all we have to do is just make some plates, screws, rods, reinforced plates, and then mash it all together, and out comes modular frames. Now, I don't know what I did, but for some reason it says I need 1,300 reinforced plates, and my game is lagging really bad. Experimental branch, woo! Something I forgot to mention is this video should be posted on the 10th, and that is the day that the 1.0, or sorry, the 1.1 release should be fully coming out. Now, I'm recording this early because I started the series like about a week or 2 ago, and I want to keep playing, and I don't really want to wait till the 1.1 release to keep playing. So, you know, so whoopsies. Why can't I? Yeah, there we go. So this is the entire factory. It's kind of like way bigger than I was expecting it to be. However, with this final power line right there, we should have, let's see, all the resources coming in now. Yep. So this is making 1.5, this is making 2, and another 2 modular frames per minute. And all of that is going into this one bin. Let's see, can we catch the first one going through? Wow, amazing every time. Quite fast, huh? Sheesh. And only like an hour detour later, we should... we still need more. But once we finally get all this, we should be able to start basic steel production. Yay. Now I'm just really hoping that steel production won't be as bad as, you know, this factory was, taking a whole hour just for the prerequisite. Oh God. Okay, it's not as bad as it looks. This is only what we're going to be building, at least right now. This is for just a wee bit later, so we can go ahead and move this out the way. Now, what we really have to focus on is this here. So there is a coal node somewhere. It's pure, and we're going to have to overclock that. And then we're also going to have to find a little bit of iron and limestone. This is just going to allow us to get a little bit of steel, a little bit of case industrial beams, and a few pipes, just to unlock the other stages of steel production. Once we unlock those other stages of steel production, and let's say, for example, what's the one called? Oh yeah, once we unlock the conveyor belts Mark III and the miner Mark II, we're going to be able to get even more resources out of our nodes. We will also be able to start production on like copper, or not, it's not copper, or automated wiring for the, what is it? Complete phase 2. So this right here is really just really late game. I don't want to say late game. It just feels like late game because this is going to take me hours to get done. But I guess there's no better time to start than now. First things first, we have to find where we're going to be building. There's 2 iron nodes just right. I think there's more right there, so we wouldn't have to belt them over too far. This area is way too slanted. So we'll probably just take that, maybe bring it right here up. Whoa! That's what you get. Anyways, yeah. Should just, yeah. Okay. I guess I'll see it when it's done. You know, something that I'm really missing right now is blueprints and having the ability to just make one blueprint and everything just goes together. You know, you're not having to worry about connecting each and every single belt. But that should be what this gives us access to. One thing I did not take into account, or well, just entirely forgot, is we can only get 120 resources from this, because the conveyor belt is still limited to Mark II. So we're gonna have to wait until we get the conveyor belts Mark III to actually use this factory at full efficiency. Returning now to the hub, I think we have just everything we need. Perfect. Now we should be able to go over here and switch to conveyor belt Mark III and do a little bit of that and change all of these conveyor belts to Mark III. There we go. Okay, so here's advanced steel production, and it doesn't actually seem too hard. I think I have most of these resources just on me. Yeah, I just need to go get a little bit of steel pipes. This shouldn't be too bad. Here is the pipes. And now we have to worry about industrial steel beams. In order to make industrial beams, we're going to need concrete. And I have this concrete node here, and there's another one right there. But they're both impure nodes. Oh no, okay, this one's normal, but that one's impure. And I don't really have the power shards necessary for overclocking. So what I'm gonna do is craft some encased beams by hand. Now with these beams, I should be able to... Yep, I can craft the 2 nodes that we need. And I think this only requires 72 concrete. So I'll go ahead and route that over to the steel factory. I think this is the final conveyor belt. And just set this and bam. Now we have all the materials coming in. But I did forget about power. Let's see. Perfect. 12 encased beams. My fault.
12 encased industrial beams per minute. I think the next thing that we're going to look into doing is this whole system up here. This is going to give us motors and the automated wiring. I'm not actually sure if we have motors unlocked yet, but still, we can go ahead and get all of this done now. All it needs is just one little coal node. I know where that is. You need a few iron nodes, 2 copper nodes. Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. There's a copper node. I'm standing on one right now. There's another one right here. The coal node is around here, I believe, and there's a few iron nodes scattered around here. This is the basic layout of the factory. There's a node right there and a node right there. 2 iron nodes. There's some more iron nodes right there. Limestone right there. And I think just right there is the coal node. Yeah. Yeah, it should just be right there. So all I have to do is just make a conveyor belt highway, bring all that over, and we should be able to start the processing on the steel, the motors, and the other thing, versatile framework. Just a little bit of conveyor belting later, and this is what we have. So as you can see, there is the, oh wait, I didn't actually hook that up. Whoops, guess I'll do that in a bit. Anyways, the coal node is all the way up there, comes down on a few platforms, conveyor belting, woo, on the middle belt. That's a limestone vein right there. I was looking back and I don't actually need limestone, so I guess we can just make extra concrete for something, I guess. There's 100 or 240 iron per minute, and down here these two are making another 240 iron per minute, which altogether is only 480. Unfortunately, we need 540, as you can see right here. So we're gonna have to do a little bit of overclocking. Just quickly do 540 minus, what was it? We're making 480 right now? 60. So we only need 60 more iron per minute, which can easily be done just like that. And now we have, oh wait, these conveyor belts can only move 270? That's such a weird number. Okay, so these conveyor belts can't actually move enough. Now, I can either, right, I have 2 options. Either I can put this on a separate belt and just make this left here, I guess, like too high, or I can go to the hub and see what we need to unlock conveyor belt Mark 4. Tier 4. Oh, wait. How do we unlock it? Is it in phase 5 and 6? Oh, that's so annoying. Okay, well, unfortunately, we're gonna have to bring over a second conveyor belt. Wow. Okay, so I was just about to start with the smelters, but I've realized I think I have access to the blueprint modeler, and I can actually make this whole factory a lot faster. Here right now, and yes, fix it blueprints. I think, okay, I have most of this stuff. Let me go grab a few random resources real quick. Here is the last few resources. Ta-da! Blueprint machine. Perfect. This is gonna make everything go by so much quicker because I can just build like a whole bunch of smelteries here, whatever, whole bunch of mergers, splitters, whatever, and then bam, boom, bomb, whole factory's done. Or at least just the iron. I actually went ahead and painted all of this so I could tell what the iron is compared to everything else. I did have to make it a little wonky with the multiple inputs, but that is just because our belts are not, you know, what I want them to be. It's really weird right here, since I need this conveyor belt to go in and put 30 in each of these, but then only, this is supposed to be underclocked. Sorry, but then only 7.5 into this, and the remaining 22.5 has to go and merge with the rest of the iron being brought over by this conveyor belt to make the steel. Speaking of steel, I think I should go ahead and do that right now. And there's the steel. Now, I did actually, because we needed 4.5 foundries, these are all working to full efficiency, and I just underclocked these 3 to half efficiency. Just because I think it looks nice, having, 6 instead of just the 5, or overclocking any. It's, wow. Was, again, really weird with the extra little bit of iron I had to route into this last foundry, so it doesn't exactly match up like the rest of them do, but it's fine. And now we need to take all of this steel and put it in some constructors to make what's it called, steel pipes. So we should just be able to take all 202.5 of our steel, turn that into pipes, merge that with our wire that we have yet to even obtain, and then make some stators, combine that with rotors that we haven't even made yet, and then we'll get our motors. We also have to take some of those stators, and it's a whole lot. I'm going to start cutting a lot more out, because I don't want this video to get too long. Wow, way to expose me again. I guess this isn't a bad time to give you a little update on what's going on. So, basically, I finished with all of the, steel, steel pipes? And I finished with all of the rods, and I've wired up the rods, and I'm going to, eventually, wire them all into these, constructors that are making screws. I wish we could get around screws, but I don't have any alternate recipes unlocked yet, so we're gonna have to use them. We do need another 8 constructors, but luckily I set it up in a way where, bam, here's our other 320 screws, which can't even fit on one conveyor belt. I did not think that through. Honestly, I'm about to just say, screw it, and hopefully it works, and we'll just upgrade it later, once we complete phase 2. Anyways, our current power situation. Wait, this isn't hooked up to the grid. Okay, so now our current power is sitting at 361 megawatts, which isn't horrible, but that would still put us over our limit, and we'd start dipping into our biofuel reserves, as well as we don't really have, or we're not even like halfway done with the factory. We still need to do all of the copper, and we need to make the stators, make the rotors right here, and then we need to make the automated wiring motors. Yeah, we still have a lot more to do. So I'm estimating this is probably going to end up somewhere around 450 to 500 megawatts total. And I'm not really sure if I set out a big enough area. I guess we could do copper refining like right here. Then I could finish off the screws right here. Rotors would have to be like there. There's motors. I don't know. We might have to make it just a tad bit bigger. But, I don't mind. I actually really like doing this. And I don't even know how long later we have now completed the screws. Now, I know I said that I was just gonna wait till, or I was just gonna leave it running at, not full capacity or efficiency, and then upgrade the belts later, but I decided I didn't want to come back here ever to fix this. So I painstakingly went through and changed the outputs on the assemblers, or like the inputs, so they use exactly 240 resources per minute. Here's 40, and then here's 100 from these two. And I just hooked them up, so each belt carries 240 screws, which is exactly how many screws 6 constructors make. And then I did the same thing up here with those 6 constructors leading into... Wait a minute. Those 6... Wait. Because these make 240. And they're going up and over.
Yeah, okay, yeah, back to those ones back there, which also need. Yeah, okay. My bad. Holy, I got confused there for a second. Because these constructors are actually underclocked to only make 15 per minute. So that's going to need, I think it's 270 total. And that combines with these, or this one set of constructors right here. And I think altogether this boat comes out to 270 exactly, which is exactly how much this uses. And now all of these smelters are made, but unfortunately, we still need to make 32 constructors. That's not going to fit in that little space right there. I don't really know what to do. I think I'm gonna have to go really vertical here. Maybe I could try and make something like I made over there with the constructors, but I can stack them on top. So instead of, you know, like a group of 8, we get a group of 16. But even still, that's only half the constructors we need. We still need to build another one of those. So, plus we need another 10 constructors to make the cable. And then we need another 9 assemblers to make all the stators. And then we need a final 6 and 3 assemblers to put together the last materials. So even if we go really vertical with this last bit here, we're still gonna have to find another spot. Unless we want to rip up the whole factory and rebuild it from the ground up. But instead build it with some... with verticality. Verticality. Yeah. In mind. So I guess I'm gonna have to go find a flat spot to build the rest of this factory. And then I'm gonna have to route all the copper over there. And then route all the copper back over here. Oh gosh. And this is what I ended up coming up with. Now, I know it looks a little weird, but with what I have available, this is really the best I can do. Yeah, it's just 8 constructors all making wire stacked on top of each other. Yeah. But this makes it a lot easier because now I only need to put down 2 of these. Let's go ahead and name it, what is it? 240 copper wire. Constructor on there, and we'll just set the color. Perfect. Blueprint saved. Okay, it is now our... I don't even know, I lost track. But, however unorthodox this might look, I think it is finally done. We have all 300 cable per minute right here. Oh, we're smelting all 480 copper right here. This is making, I think this whole machine makes 480 copper wire. Am I correct? Yeah, 480 from each side. We have 300 of the copper wire going this way. And now I had to actually use 2 conveyor belts, which is why this whole section here looks so horrid. But luckily, I do think that is it. I am mistaken. Where's the rest of the cable going? Hold on. Because right now I have it set up to where these 2 extra, because we're making 300 and we can only carry 270 on one belt, I had to split it up. And I think I just didn't hook up the 240 cable. So I'm gonna have to put that on another conveyor belt. Probably just going, it's just a straight shot here. And then we'll have, I guess, both the cable up here on this level, and then we'll have copper wire here and copper wire here. And then, oh my, wow. We have a little bit of space open up here, but we're gonna have to go really vertical. Because we still need to build, let's see, 9 plus 6 plus 3, which is another 18 assemblers. Holy wow. Assemblers aren't the smallest thing, but I think we can fit an 18 here. The question is, can I fit an 18 and still keep a somewhat clean pathway through here? Because I like this little pathway, and I'd like to be able to walk through my factory somewhat. So you're probably not gonna like this, but this is what I ended up doing for the final few what's it called, assemblers. I managed to fit in all the assemblers down there for the stators, but for the motors and automated wiring, yeah, there was no way I was going to fit 9 more in that little box. So I had to go vertical. And I'm going to be honest, I don't like this at all. I liked when I could like be in the lookout tower and see the whole factory. So I might just end up moving the automated wiring someplace else, but at the same time, I don't really know where else I'd move it. And this is what we ended up with. I like this a lot more because I like being able to see the whole factory. But it does make me a little sad that we had to build that little area over there just for the wiring. But, or just, yeah, for the automated wiring, it's nothing we could really do. I guess we did also have to make that area over there for the copper. But I really like how this turned out, and I can't wait till I get to make even more factories that look like this. However, I do think that's where the episode is going to end today. Sorry we couldn't do more, but this is really all I can handle for just one episode. We still didn't even do the other half of what I had planned. Plus, we can't even turn this thing on yet. It's still, what? This whole factory is about 700 megawatts now? We're using about 800, and we only have a capacity of 900. But we'll get it all figured out next episode. If you enjoyed, please make sure to like and subscribe, and go check out one of the other videos. See ya.